Welcome to the Immigrant Entrepreneurs Podcast. My name is Alina Warwick, and today I get to chat with the most amazing man in my life. He's so close and dear to me. I am extremely honored to bring my dad to the show. My dad left a small farm town in Russia to come to the States, all in the name of new opportunities. My dad is starting a heating and air conditioning business over 20 years ago. I remember when he was working during the day, going to college at nights, and staying up late nights to do his homework. The only thing I remember from his ESL classes was when he was listening to the pronunciations of the English language, and he would repeat the phrases over and over and over again. It was like, hello, my name is Nikolay. Hello, my name is Nikolay. Like a million times over and over. It was drilled in our heads while my dad was pronouncing the English phrases. We grew up on government assistance and received welfare for several years of our lives in America. I remember eating top ramen, Pop-Tarts, and whatever food my mom could pick up from the food bank. I am so grateful to my parents to allow us to live in America for a better future. I'm beyond blessed to have such amazing parents and instilling good values in everything we did. My dad was getting paid $8 an hour in the late 1990s when he decided he will start his own business. To this day, he's had his heating and air conditioning business for over 20 years and runs it all by himself. So let's hear what my dad has to say about eliminating competition, hard work, and never giving up. Okay, so we're gonna get right to it. So, Dad, are you ready to roll?
Yes, I'm ready.
Let's start from the very beginning. Tell the listeners a little bit about yourself. Where were you born and when did you come to the States?
Well, I was born in Russia and I came to United States in 1992 in June when it was so hot. Compared to Russia, it was so different. When I got out from plane, it was even different smell of air. And the air was like smell of another different opportunities for my life. So I came with my wife and 3 little kids, 3, 4, and 5 years old. So that was my first day in the United States.
So, why did you guys decide to come to the States in 1992?
Well, it was, first of all, it was the opportunity opens in Russia. So, and I take advantage of this opportunity because at that time, a lot of people just dream to live in the United States because United States is a big, rich country. And when the opportunity came to my family, so me, my parents, my brother, so we came to the United States to have or to change our lives for better because United States is the country of opportunities to have their own business and get probably a better life that we used to have in Russia.
And how old were you when you came to the States?
I was 30 years old.
Okay, so I think it's really crazy to think that at 30 years old, you grab your family, you grab your kids, your parents, and your brother and move to a brand new country. And to me, I'm in that age range right now, and I don't even know how people used to do that and still do that to this day. To me, that is just a huge risk. And I'm so, so grateful to you guys that you guys decided to do that and jump on the plane, like you said, for better opportunities. So tell me a little bit about the struggles that you had to go through when you first immigrated to the States.
Well, the very first struggles, of course, for every immigrants, if you don't know English, so that is the big struggles, because communications, you just can't say simple words or can't even ask simple question. So that's the biggest struggle. And of course, the culture, different country. It's of course, different country, and everything is different. Starting from cars, buildings, language. So everything is different. So every step was a struggle.
Dad, tell me, did you guys save up money to immigrate to the States before you left, or did you just come with whatever cash you had on hand?
And of course not. I had in my pocket about $600 because living in Russia in 1992, most families are poor, and I had pretty much nothing. I had a small house, and pretty much I haven't bring much in the United States personal stuff. It was pretty much nothing.
Okay, so that is so, so powerful to hone into my listeners that you came with $600 to a brand new country with kids and your family. So that is insane. Tell me a little bit about your parents. Were they entrepreneurs? Did they give you any entrepreneurial advice at all?
Not really. My parents, they work at farmers, so they in Russia pretty much nobody has their own businesses. So, and myself, I haven't even realized how to have a business. So to have a business, I thought this is probably not achievable thing, especially in America. But this is not true. So when when I went through this whole process, I see this is not that hard like I used to think about it. So my parents, they didn't give me any advices because they immigrated at age over 60. So they haven't have any business in Russia. So they didn't even know any English. So of course I haven't have help from them either.
That's very interesting. So, before you tell our listeners about Nikolay's Heating and Air Company, which is what you have right now, tell us about the path that you took. Were there any other business ventures that you tried before Nikolay's Heating and Air Company was born?
No, I haven't. So when I started of course, I started first of all with education. So the first year, my brother and I tried to get in college, but we couldn't because we weren't residents of the state. So we have to live at least 1 year to get in college and not to pay for the courses. So next year, I got in college and starting to learn ESL, my second language, English. And after 2 years, I took classes, electrical mechanical technology. I was interested in this because this is a career very broad. So when you graduate from this course, so you can choose about 15 careers. I mean, it gives you a broad path of doing your own thing. So you can work even as a station engineer. You can work as electrical plumber, and of course air conditioner. So the first year after the college, so I work in a company. I work a few months. Then I was fired. I don't know why, because nobody told me. So the next company I worked for 11 months. And when I worked about 6 months, so I started to think about to have my own company. And I went to a school who prepares for state exam. And I worked 5 days a week. And on Saturday, I went to school. And with the first attempt, I passed my exam. And my boss, he didn't even know that I have the same license like he has. And at that time, I was paid $8 an hour. I mean, I told him I'm going to quit working. And he said, why? You're a good worker. And do you want more hours to work? I said, no, I need not more hours to work. I need more money, not hours. So, and I quit, and he didn't even know that I have my own license.
Wow.
So in 1999, I quit my job. I bought a house and opened my own business at the same time. It was really big challenge for me.
That's a really big risk too.
Oh yeah, big risk.
Brand new company. You just bought a brand new house, and you are so unsure of how your company is gonna go, but you still managed to buy your own house.
Yeah, at that time, the market on the houses were so low, so it was big help for me. And they required just, I mean, I think a couple thousands down payment. So it was much easier to buy a house at that time.
So, how did you know you wanted to do HVAC, heating and air conditioning? Were you in school and looking through the catalog, and you just realized that you are just going to pick HVAC and go with it and see how it goes? Or what was that deciding moment for you?
Well, like for most immigrants, when they came to United States, so you probably talk with friends who lives here maybe more longer than you, and just asking what's the opportunity might be for you. So you're just asking where you work. So, and one of my friends, he was working at the air conditioning company, and I didn't know how it looks like to work in air conditioning business. So, and when he tell me about his work, so I said, yeah, this is not bad for me. So I don't like to be like sitting at the computer the whole day and doing like computer jobs. So I'm very active person. So I need to work somehow in a field and probably traveling through the city from one place to another. So this is job looks like not boring for me, because just working at the same place and go to the same company every day and work with the same people, so it's kind of boring for me. So my personality probably fits for this kind of job, and that's I started to looking for this career and went to college and took my courses for electrical mechanical.
So you came to the States in 1992. When did you open your business?
It was in 1999, 7 years after when I came to United States.
So you were 37 years old when you opened your business.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. I remember when we came to the States, you would work during the day and you had college in the evenings. Did you have classes in the evenings? Or I remember you being stuck in the bedroom and just studying and learning English and listening to the pronunciations. And you were just constantly preoccupying yourself with learning. Did you take courses at night, or were the courses during the day?
First, I've been in college for 5 years. So first courses, it was daytime, full-time student. And then I went to work and I have to finish my courses. So that's why I took my classes at evening because I couldn't be in college at daytime because I was at work. So I just finishing my education. So that's why the last year I took evening classes.
Got it. Got it. So let's talk about the failures and how do you overcome failures? How do you look at failures?
Well, failures at me, of course, when you do something and you fail, so this is kind of frustrating, but for me, it's kind of challenge. So if I do something and I fail something to accomplish, so this is for me another opportunity. So I have to probably study more or work more harder because I have to do the thing right. So in a business, failure is not acceptable because if you fail in a business, so that means you're out of business because a lot of competition is around you. So you have to do the thing right. So failure for me, this means I need to get it right. So this is lack of knowledge or lack of hard working or something because business doesn't accept any failure. And yeah, I tried my best. I tried very hard. And in business, you have to work much harder than when you work at any company because you work not 8 hours a day. You work at least 6 days a week and probably 10, 12 hours a day. Daytime, I work in field. And when I come back, my office, which is at my house, I have to do my office work, doing contracts, writing contracts, send invoices, keep my money flow. So you're much more busy than at regular work.
Who does your bookkeeping?
I did everything myself, and I'm still
Wow.
doing everything myself. So that's kind of it's hard, of course, hard. You don't have a lot of time for vacation, so business takes a lot of time, but it's rewarded.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so I know that a lot of people don't like to talk about their accomplishments, and I know you're extremely, extremely humble in this area too. But can you just share to our listeners maybe one or two accomplishments that can stand out to you right now?
The biggest accomplishment in my business, I think, when you do your job right and when you do it honestly, and customers feel this, and you kind of build a relationship with them. And when I do my first advertisement in Sacramento Bee, it's been just at the beginning of my business about 20 years ago. So even from that time, I got a few customers, and I still have them right now. So they still use my company. They still refer to other customers. And at this point, I don't run any advertisement because I'm extremely busy with the customer I have built during my years.
Wow, I think that is so, so amazing. And I don't know any other company that can say that they have clients and customers for over 15 years, let alone 20 years. And that is absolutely amazing and a powerful, powerful tool. And I know the quality of your work speaks for itself. And you're a true example of good quality work.
Yeah, I want to add one more point. I remember saying Warren Buffett say in his one kind of interview, and he said about the business, he said, if you have a competition in your business, that means your business is not good. You you don't run your business right.
So you don't have any competition.
No, not really. I I I don't afraid of the competition. So I competition is good. So that motivates you to do your business better and better. But I don't afraid of competition. I don't kind of struggling that somebody will take my work. So 90% of my customers, when I go to new customer and just offer my services, so 90% I got the job.
Mm, that's amazing. And you don't need to advertise. So that's another business expense that a lot of entrepreneurs dread to have.
Yes, like big companies, they spend a lot of money on advertisement.
Hmm. Hmm. That's amazing. That's a really good example to show other immigrants that they really don't need to advertise because their quality of their work is going to speak volumes.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that.
you're welcome.
Okay, so let's talk about a little bit about volunteering or donating. Is that something a part of your business values?
Yes, of course. I do sometimes so at my church. So like having business, having a license, contractor license. So you have a lot of things. You can do a lot of things. So probably at every house, and I donate at my church some time to repair air conditioner, change air conditioner, and for my family members, doing a free job for changing or repair something. So in my for my friends, of course, if I don't charge them like full charge like I used to be, whatever I can do, I do it. So if I do my business in air conditioning, so of course I can just repair or do some work, sometimes for free, sometimes for less money.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. I think that's so powerful to see entrepreneurs and business owners do something out of the goodness of their heart. And I think that's so valuable to understand that it's not always just about the money and it's not always just about the profits. And I'm sure the church that you go to extremely values you and understands that you're doing this out of the goodness of your heart, and I'm so sure you're rewarded so many times. You've shared some of the struggles that you've been through, some of the failures that you've been through, but what do you think are some of the benefits that you can share with us by being an entrepreneur?
What I see benefits for me, like for me to work for somebody else, it's kind of boring thing. So I never work in any company more than a year, even in Russia and here in America. So I always try to do my own thing, like to have small but business. So I don't like that somebody will over me, watching me how I do it, and like to have a boss. So I want to be myself a boss. And for me, benefits I see, I do my job, I do whatever I like to do. This is one thing. So I manage my time, and even I work overtime. I don't like struggling and saying, well, I work overtime, so I have to be more paying. So no, this is This is kind of doing things that I enjoy to do it. Even it's hard, but it's much better than I do for somebody else or work at any company. I see benefits even rewarding with the monetary. Of course, I am paying more than probably average person. Well, not compared to it depends on the company, but even if I work in a company in air conditioning company, so I probably wouldn't be paid like I'm paid in my own business.
That's a really good benefit. Awesome. Awesome. I love it. So, what are some things that you would advise the next aspiring immigrant that wants to start their own business that's listening to you right now?
I would inspire them in things like the first, if you have a big desire, you just go ahead and do it. Even when you will fail or the first year, don't just give up. Like when I started my business, the first year I was living on my credit card. I didn't have any income, so it was kind of hardship for me because I didn't know how the business will go. And next year I had 3,000 income. The next year I had 5,000 income, and so it's starting to raise up. And for immigrants, I would say if you want their own business, so you have to study hard, and work hard, and you'll be rewarded.
That's so, so powerful. And I absolutely value that advice. So to wrap up, I'm going to ask you some questions and they're going to be just super fast. What time do you normally start your day?
6:30.
How many employees do you have?
I self-employed,
So 0 employees.
0 employees. Yeah.
How often do you watch TV in a week?
I don't watch TV at all.
How many hours of work do you normally put in? And I know there's some busy times and some slow times, but how many normally do you put in right now?
Well, depends on the season. If busy season, of course, like a summertime, it's 10 hours. In a slow time, I might work even half day. So it all depends. But most of the time, yeah, at least 8, 10 hours
A day.
a day. Yes.
Okay. And then what is your favorite food?
My favorite food is vegetables.
I thought it was going to be ice cream, Dad. I honestly thought you were going to say the Russian plombier ice cream, but I'm surprised. That's amazing. I love vegetables too.
Because I eat more vegetables a day than ice cream.
All right, Dad, that wraps up our chat for today. Thank you so, so much for coming on this podcast. I know this was such a journey for you to come to the States, to start from absolutely nothing, and to have a business for 21 years and growing and still going.
Okay. Thank you for having me on your podcast, and I hope this will benefit for new immigrants to have their chances in the United States to have their own business.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Dad. I'll talk to you later.
Alrighty.